Hello guys, in this video I will show you what the problem is with your Saab 9.5 when the key remote no longer works and the radio stays on when you pull the key out of the lock. This is because the cylinder of the ignition switch is jammed and therefore the car doesn't realize that the key has been removed. The solution to this is actually quite simple, even though it is a bit of a fiddly job. There are already instructions on the internet and here on YouTube on how to do it, but the crucial point is always missed, and therefore I was trying for over 2 hours before I managed to remove the ignition cylinder by coincidence, and only then in the dismantled state saw where the problem was. But let's start from the beginning. First you have to remove this plastic cover with the transponder. You have to remember where the position off of the lock is. It is important to have the key in this position to remove the cylinder. Now turn the plastic a little bit clockwise, then you will notice how it releases. Then it can be pulled off. The cables can stay attached, it's enough if you put it aside. Now that the plastic cover is gone, you can clearly see that the cylinder is not popping up when you pull the key. The cylinder is secured by a little lever that you can reach through this little hole down here. Here's another close-up of the lever. To get a good grip on it, I bend a small tool. It should look something like this. The exact dimensions are not really important, but the main goal is to get inside the hole and to apply some pressure. To remove the cylinder, you have to push the leather in and then pull the cylinder upwards. This is easier said than done. The problem is that the lever can only be pushed when the key is in a certain position. As I already said, it's the off position, but if it's turned just a millimeter further, the lever is locked again. And to make it even harder, you can't see the lever and you're not sure if you're pressing in the right place. But I can reassure you, the grinding marks I left behind when I tried it were about all right, so it was really due to the position of the key. So that means when you are pushing the lever in and pulling the cylinder up, you should also slightly turn the key in both directions, very small movements around the off position. It's also a good idea to get a second person, one to push in the lever, the other one to pull out the key and to turn the key. You don't need any strength for this at all, for all of this, so once you have found the right position, it's really easy. So the most difficult part is done now. Now we can clean the components. With a small screwdriver you can carefully take off this plastic cap. Be careful, it is under tension because there's a spring inside, which also can be removed, as well as this washer. Now you put the cylinder without the parts we just removed into a brake cleaner. You have to be careful, this stuff is highly flammable and toxic. You should also wear gloves and not inhale the fumes. Just leave the cylinder in there for about 10 minutes, then you can take it out, drain it and let it dry for a few minutes. The brake cleaner should evaporate rather quickly. Now everything needs to be lubricated again. I used ballastol because it was the only thing I had. You can also use Teflon spray or graphite powder. It is important that you don't use normal oil because it attracts the dirt and then you have the same problem again soon. When you have lubricated everything well, you can put the washer, the spring, which I pulled a bit out to make it apply more force, and the plastic part back on. Now the cylinder lock should pop up with a clearly audible click when you pull out the key. If it doesn't, then you have to lubricate some more. Then the cylinder can be reinstalled. Key back in the off position. Now you can see when the latch can be pressed, the lever, and then just put it back in. I hope this video helped you and the key remote finally works again. If you still have any questions, just drop me a comment. And I would also be very happy about a thumbs up and a subscription, as it helps this channel a lot. And then we'll see us next time. Bye!